Have you ever heard of a mental health first aid course? Well, if you're coming from a developed English-speaking country of the world, then probably you did, and now it has arrived to Switzerland. These are the first ones to try it. They are from companies such as Swisscom, and that's because, to begin with, Mente Sana is focusing on training mental health first aiders in the workplace. Roger Staub, so this concept of training workers in mental health is coming from Australia. What does that mean exactly?
Now, the Australians had the idea to train everybody, Mr. and Mrs. everybody, in how to react to a mental health issue, a problem, somebody who has a problem. And they were inspired by the normal first aid course, where you learn how to take care of somebody who has a physical health problem, and they transferred it to mental health.
So it means that you can actually basically do it within a day?
No, you do it as the physical course during 4 times 3 hours about. That's the 12-hour course they deliver since 18 years already.
How many people have such a course in Australia?
In Australia, there should be about 2 million first aiders. In the whole world, we are approaching 3 million, and I'm very happy that some Swiss will help to let this number grow.
You just started this course, and you had a few people from corporations, Swiss corporates, taking part. And I spoke to a lady that works at Swisscom.
If you have a company as big as Swisscom with more than 18,000 of employees, it's really important that you can reach everyone. But it's also difficult to reach everyone, and that's why we do this course, because like this we can build like some kind of ambassadors, multipliers that go out with this topic. If you look at the long-term absences from our employees, you can see that more than half of these absences is caused or due by mental illness. And that's not only the case at Swisscom, you can also see it at the society, at the Swiss society. For example, you have the job stress index, and there you can see that more than 25% of the productivity loss in Switzerland is due to stress at the workplace.
That's what HR people tell us, and that's, I think, common sense. And you know, the pressure at the workplace is really high. And usually people can stand pressure, but probably they have a problem in their family, and then it gets too much. And they have a breakdown and can't work anymore. They have a burnout, and they miss hours, days, months, and one day they have to be replaced. And this causes major costs to a company. And you know, the basic idea and the success of mental health first aid is it's a no-brainer. You learn during 4 times 3 hours what to do if somebody looks unwell, and you will not be able to make a diagnosis. This is expert work, but you can realize, oh, this person looks depressed, and you have a scheme in your mind. What should I do with a depressed person or with another syndrome? So, and that will help to take care much, much, much earlier, and probably even to prevent development of mental illness itself.
So it's actually an investment by a company, a good investment, because at the end...
Yes, we believe in that bigger companies with health program and good HR, they know that they have severe costs from mental illness, and people who do not perform well because they are under too much stress. And we say if prevention and early detection by a number of colleagues at this workplace works, they will save a lot of money. So, and that's the success mental health first aid has had in England and in the US and in Australia within companies, because those companies realized that if in each team one of the employees, colleagues, know what to do, they react far earlier and can help this person to seek help or at least talk about it, because most mental illness starts with feeling unwell, and people hope for somebody to just talk about, because this can be relief already, and it doesn't turn into a spiral getting worse and worse until the loss of work and friends and everything.
Meanwhile, other countries have started too.
Yes, I have in mind that before us there were 23 countries having the license to do this course in their country.
And it's incredible it's so late for Switzerland. Do you think that's a cultural thing?
Might be. You know, I think the mental health issue is not so much developed in Switzerland already. I think in our days, finally, the population, politicians say, yes, we have a problem, one should do something. And I'm sure that especially England, but also the United States and Australia, they're far more advanced in offering services and offering help and offering programs for better mental health of the population.
What is a mental health issue? Can you give us some examples? Like what could be an issue that one could tackle after this course at the workplace?
We did a survey 2 months ago, and in this survey people was asked, how are you? What would you say when somebody asks you, how are you? And first of the normal reaction to the question, how are you, is, hi, I'm fine. But in an in-depth, repeated question, 20% of Swiss said, I am not well at this moment. And this being unwell, if this lasts for more than 2 weeks, it's an issue which should be taken in account. So we want to motivate those who feel unwell to say, I feel unwell, and start to talk about it. But those don't dare, because they are afraid of bad reaction of people around them, that somebody could think, oh, you're weak, or you're not ready to perform, and that's difficult in our days work situations. And the concept with first aid means that other people seeing somebody has a problem, and usually close friends, family members, and colleagues in the same team at the workplace realize it looks not well, and it takes a while already, and then they are trained and learn how to approach such a person.
I've seen people where I thought, this person seems to have either eating disorder or alcohol problem, but I never knew how to address it. I saw it, everyone saw it, but no one knew what to say. So this is also something that you learn in this course.
Yeah, right. So in this course, we treat the mental problems according to the numbers they occur. Number 1 problem is depression. Number 2 problem are anxiety disorders. Number 3 problem are psychosis. And number 4 problems are substance use, like alcohol and other drugs. We realize that most people with a mental health issue, they wait far too long until they accept, yes, it looks like a problem. Yes, I am ill. Yes, I need help, and often that's by far too late, and it will become very costly, because probably they can't work anymore, and this creates really high costs.
You mentioned Swisscom, SBB, the Swiss trains were also there, and you have other, you also did a course for management of big Swiss corporates. How big was the demand or the interest for such courses? I mean, you just started, you've been overrun?
We tried to move in easy steps, I would say. So we took contact with those companies. We have been working for about mental health issues, and we trained the management already. These are a few companies in Switzerland who already know Mente Sana as an NGO and foundation. And it was easy to approach those people we know already with this new offer. And yes, I never had a reaction that somebody said, doesn't make sense, because it's really a no-brainer. You understand it in the first contact you hear about, and you say, yes, that's a good idea. And now it's about rolling it out slowly, and especially I want to do a good pilot phase where with some companies we adapt the material to their needs, because somebody working on the tracks of Swiss railways has other problems than an office environment or office employees. So we need to bring the program in German, in English, in French and in Italian, and then train people within these companies who deliver these courses by themselves, adapted with exercises and examples to the working situation of their employees.
That sounds like a lot of work. I guess it was also a big financial investment.
Yes.
Can you name maybe, how was it financed? Because Mente Sana is also, supported by the state, but this project wasn't.
No, this project is not financed by the government. We found a charity who sponsors mental health projects. This is called Beisheim Foundation. They sit close to Zug in Bar, and they are interested in helping people with mental health problems. Their target groups are youth and elderly people, and they got into this standard program because they say, we want the youth program and the elderly program, but as we need to start with the standard program, they said, okay, we finance the rollout of the standard program to be able to get the license for the youth and the elderly program. And the standard program is the thing for companies, for adults, and we tried to roll it out through the help of companies who understand that this could be an interesting preventive investment in their workforce.
How good is the awareness actually for mental health issues here in Switzerland? What would you say? Now, I mean, they seem interested, so people are aware that it is an issue.
I think people get more and more aware, and the reaction to the moment is that they say one should do something.
Do you have a goal? How
Yes.
many? Yeah?
Sure. I'm quite old. I will be retired in about 4 years, and I would love to have 100,000 first aiders in Switzerland. That would mean about 1 out of 100 should be trained by then. And my people here said, oh, he's crazy again. But I think it's feasible, and it should be a goal we try to pursue. And because big numbers will change the attitude of the population. If more people know better about mental health and what to do, these myths and misunderstandings about mental health will change. Because the main reaction to somebody who says, I'm depressed, is that people say, oh, try, it will go over. And these easy answers to this problem are absolutely not helpful. And this needs to change. And this will be changed if we reach big numbers.
Is it getting a bigger problem, mental health issues?
Yeah, because of the growing pressure at work. We are a rich country. We have high salaries, but we have to work for those salaries, and the pressure is growing. And that means that people start to suffer, because if the pressure is too big, they get ill. That's the individual reaction to too much pressure.
Well, then let's hope that you achieve your goal. Good luck with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.